Hey, Fight fans, it's Michelle Joy Phelps, and I'm joined now with none other than
None other. Get it?
No.
Udder? Cow?
No.
No. Okay.
Okay. Anyways, I'm here with Eddie Hearn. Eddie, it's been a minute. It's been a long time.
Yeah.
How have you been? You good?
I'm very good. Very good. Very busy, but really excited for Saturday. And O2's always great for big fights. You know, the Lion's Den as we call it, and you always get a great atmosphere. And it's a very important fight on Saturday night.
Now I know that you mentioned that either one of the winners will get a world title opportunity, a shot at some point. Obviously,
I see it as the biggest fight in the division outside of the championship fights, if you like. You know, you got Joshua and you got Wilder, and beneath that you got Povetkin, Parker, White, Fury, you know, maybe Ortiz. So it's quite unusual for those guys to fight each other because they're all positioned for a shot at the world title. So it's refreshing for boxing that these guys go, yeah, let's do it, you know. And I like that, and I think it shows the confidence in both camps that they feel like they have the upper hand in the fight. The bookies can't split them, the fans can't split them. I have no idea what's going to happen, even though I just had to bet 20k at the end there. So, and I can't wait. You know, is it the speed and movement of Josie Parker? Is it there's something? I mean, you were in the build-up to the Joshua fight. He seems a bit different. You know, it's more like I talked about that challenger mentality. Before he had something to lose. Now he just has everything to gain in this fight. So, but at the same time, hugely risky for both guys because defeat puts them completely out of the picture for world heavyweight titles. So, you know, it's a fascinating matchup.
Now, when you're talking about the possible potential matchup, I know you mentioned that if Dillian Whyte becomes successful Saturday night, that he may end up getting Joshua next, should the Wilder fight not manifest. When we're talking about that, is it something that you're asking Wilder to sign months in advance to get it done, even though we don't know the outcome of Joshua versus Povetkin?
We now have a signed contract that goes today to Deontay Wilder based on all the terms that he's already agreed. So we're hoping that he keeps to his word and he signs that. If he doesn't, we'll have to put a time frame on it. I haven't thought about that time frame. It's not like tomorrow. It's not next Monday.
But that's what people are curious about. Is like, what is the time frame?
The time frame is probably before the Povetkin fight, certainly. But it's not. You know, sometimes people put false deadlines on things so that they don't happen. So they can come back with their comments on this contract. It's not a case of. But last time they took 2 weeks and they still didn't come back to us. So we'd like to see some input from them. We'd like to see some kind of response.
Yeah.
And, you know, I think that the reason that we wanted to sign it, our end, is that when we present it to them, it's already signed.
Yeah.
You know, rather than sign it and send it back, and then because they might think we're bluffing. Mm-hmm. So now all they've got to do is add their ink, and it's done. It's made. So when I talk about Dillian Whyte, if Dillian Whyte wins on Saturday, and Wilder doesn't take the fight, Dillian Whyte is absolutely the front runner to fight Anthony Joshua at Wembley on April the 13th.
Do you think that it would be maybe best to sign after the Povetkin fight? Because we don't know the outcome yet. What if...
It's all dependent. It's all dependent on him beating Povetkin. Like, if he doesn't beat Povetkin, then Joshua might rematch Povetkin for the titles. But the whole point of this fight, and that's one of the reasons we're fighting our mandatory, is so that the fight is an undisputed fight. We want it for all the belts. Otherwise, what's the point? It's still a great fight, but... You know, Anthony wants to make history. He wants to create a legacy, and to become an undisputed champion is as big as it gets. So, you know, we're kind of like tired of talking about it now. We feel like we've done all we can from our side, and they'll get the contract. If they choose to sign it, great. If they've got some comments, we can talk those through as well. But we want to make the fight, and we have done since the get-go.
I was going to say, when I saw the whole incident go down between Big Baby Miller and Joshua, I'm like, Eddie is always caught in the middle. You're always in between these big old guys sort of trying to stop.
You know how security works here, where like they just jump on the stage and separate you, and I can sort of go, you know. But here I was like sweating. I mean, it was hot in the room anyway, and I'm like holding Gerald Miller, and I'm just going to him, please, don't do this, Gerald. And Joshua won't let it go, so he's not moving. And then we went off stage, and Joshua said to him, let's go outside now. And Gerald starts following him outside. Then I'm sort of rugby tack. I mean, it's dangerous because once they go, and you know, you're talking about like, you can't do that. You can't have roll around fights, like, and you wouldn't be able to pull them off. Like, they're just huge men. So
street fight.
Yeah. So, but Gerald's Gerald. I think Gerald made some mistakes in things he said after the press conference. Like, he got a little bit too personal, as far as I'm concerned, with things that you shouldn't say. And I think he knows that. And I think he regrets that as well. But it's heat of the moment stuff, you know. So, listen, Gerald's put himself in the mix, even with that little performance. He's going to box in Chicago on October the 6th, and he's there or thereabouts. So he's another guy that's looking to get his shot at the big time.
Well, congratulations on the DAZN deal first and foremost.
I didn't see you there.
Where?
At the DAZN launch,
In New York.
Yeah.
Because I was over in England.
Well, what?
Did you have an extra seat on your private jet? Because I would have gladly jumped on.
I thought that you were American-based, but actually you're now UK-based, aren't you? Or not? Yeah, you are. Yeah. Have you got a place here?
Yeah.
In Sheffield?
No, Sheffield, Manchester.
Have you? Oh, you're a mank.
Yeah, you didn't know that?
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
No. Well, you got an apartment?
I'm living with Sarah.
Sarah. Oh, Sarah. Really?
Sorry, I'm sorry. I always say her name's Sarah. Sarah.
Oh, okay, interesting.
Yeah, it's nice. I mean,
That's
it's
a lively house.
Yeah.
I bet the neighbours are just like.
That laugh.
Hearing your laugh, yeah, there she goes again. Oh.
Do you know what to say at the? Is it DAZN or DAZN? Okay, there we go. It's DAZN because I keep saying DAZN. At the DAZN launch in New York, you said fight fans more than I say fight fans.
I saw your tweet about that. Fight fans, yeah, but I say fight fans. Like you say, hi fight fans. But it's your trademark now. I like it.
I was just saying. I'm like, oh, I see you, Eddie. I'm watching.
Yes, I got it all from you, Michelle.
Well, anyways, congratulations on the DAZN. Huge deal, massive deal, massive for boxing. We also know that Demetrius Andrade and Billy Joe Saunders. Tell me a bit about that, because people are saying you and Frank came to an agreement, but did you really just outbid him?
No, we didn't get to the bid stage. We would have outbid him, and I think they knew that. And the deal worked out better for Frank and for Billy Joe than it would have done in the purse bid. So they made a smart choice. People talk about politics in sport. When the deal's too good to turn down, the politics go, because everyone sort of says, look, I'm making money, you're making a career high payday. Yeah. Billy Joe didn't care where the fight was. He just wanted as much money as possible. He got that. Frank still had to, approve it and accept that, and we thank him for doing that, and MTK as well for sort of mediating the whole thing. But he got a great deal. He got a huge amount of money to defend his world title. The important thing for us was, our signing that we made last week is already challenging for a world title near to his backyard. So that's what we're trying to do for these fighters. We're trying to deliver. So we wanted to make a statement as well of intent. It's a great fight for DAZN. Two of the elite middleweights fighting for the world middleweight title. Great build-up with Billy and Andrade. It's going to be really, really good. It's a brilliant fight. Two excellent fighters. So I was really pleased, and...
When can we expect the press conference for that?
Well, the fight looks like October 20, which is finalising the site now. Okay. I would say the press conference won't be far away. In the next couple of weeks, Billy will want to get it done and sort of fly out and fly back and start camp. But Billy's funny. I mean, you know Billy. I think that Andrade's a real character as well, but no one's ever seen it. So you're going to see at that press conference just fire, but you're also going to see a brilliant fight. And it's kind of come at a weird stage, because when I sat down with Andrade, we were saying, let's have a fight or two first, let's get active again. But this opportunity came, he said, I can't turn it down. Yeah. And Billy Joe ain't been active. I mean, Billy Joe hasn't fought since Lemieux, I don't think.
December?
Yeah. So, and I think same with Andrade. So let's do it and see who the best man is.
All right, Edward, I appreciate your time as always. I know there's probably a queue ready for you.
Yeah, somewhere.
When can we expect more in terms of announcements for your company or with DAZN?
Well,
DAZN.
We've got a big announcement tomorrow, just generally for the business. And then October 6th is finalising for Chicago. There'll be a press conference in about 10 days' time. Okay. And then October 20 after that. And then November 17 will be in Vegas. And then December will be in New York. So, right. And we've got Danny Jacobs fighting Derevenchenko as well for the IBF world title. So we have two of our middleweights challenging for the world title in October and November. So
which I can imagine could end up being who Saunders or Andrade faces, right? The winner?
Yeah, unification, or you got Golovkin, Canelo. But for us to have two middleweight world champions would be sweet.
It would. Well, thank you so much, Eddie. I appreciate your time. Oh shit. Oh, there it is. All right, bye fans. Hey Fight fans, it's Michelle Joy Phelps. If you haven't already subscribed to our YouTube channel, make sure you do so by clicking this icon right here, or else